welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my beauty journey. I am Fabulous Jenny, aka Fab Jenny, aka Jenny, and I'm here presenting to you the Pat McGrath Rose number 2, aka Mothership 8 Rose 2 palette. I have the limited edition casing to it, which is the metallic pink here. Absolutely stunning. And I'm not gonna lie, I brought both palettes because they were both the Rose 1 and the Rose 2 were offered in limited edition coloring. So I wasn't really interested in the Rose 1. I was interested in the Rose 2, but when I found out that they were doing the Rose 1 in a limited edition color, I went ahead and brought it. It's pink, it's girly, it's feminine, it's absolutely chic, amazing, so decided to get it. I love every color in this palette. It's absolutely amazing. Minus one I think could be left out, and that's this light shade here. I think it's called Skin Show Rose Opal. I think that could have been a spot for another matte in between the burgundy and the blush color. Other than that, this is a fantabulous palette. The shifting color in here is what I really mainly brought it for, plus the packaging, but the shifting color here is freaking amazing. It's a little hard to show in camera with the lighting and the white balance, but I do, and I will have a clip in here showing you what it looks like shifting. Usually in daylight or straight light like I have right now, it doesn't shift, or at least it doesn't shift on camera, but in lower lighting and in person it shifts from like green gold to a beautiful like rose purpley color. It's absolutely freaking amazing. I'm excited to try the other colors in this palette. Most of these colors I would call topper colors or lid colors or main colors or accent colors. So more than likely you will have to pair this with another palette. But if you are a collector or if you're someone who buys this and you plan to use it with other palettes, you'll be okay. If you are a beginner and maybe you use 1 or 2 shadows, you should be okay with this. But if you're a beginner and you really want to create multi-dimensional looks with this eyeshadow palette, you will have to have, I would recommend a matte palette, a matte eyeshadow palette to complement this, so you can create a smoky look, an everyday look, a glamorous look, a nudish look. Whatever the case may be, you would need something to complement this palette. But I have butt tons of shadows, and I brought this simply because I like the one shadow in it and I like the packaging. But I love all the eyeshadows in here. The mattes are very creamy. I have very little kickback. The packaging is everything. I want to see more of this type of packaging from Pat McGrath. Yes, it is fingerprint prone, but a little bit of Windex will take care of that, or a microfiber cloth will take care of that as well. Absolutely enjoyed this palette, created this look. I did not want the white speckles in there. That was because of a setting spray. But this eyeshadow's been on for over 5-6 hours. I wore it during a extreme walk where I sweated a lot in 80-90 degree heat. So it hasn't creased, it hasn't faded, and I only use a regular primer. I did not use a base with this. Usually for me, what I find, Pat McGrath's palettes work best with just a primer. Sometimes even just fingers, boom, 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 and you're done. And that's what's so brilliant about her palettes. However, I have tried this with a base, and I feel like personally with a base like a MAC paint pot, it doesn't work as well. It works best just on your skin with a primer. It's absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning, mesmerizing. The shift color in this is everything, and I wish it would show up on video in here. But if you're interested in how I created this look, at least a general guideline, please stay tuned and watch the rest of the video. If not, thank you so much for tuning in and watching my little mini review or first impressions, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Peace. Bye. To my face. So I'm going to do a demo with this Pat McGrath Rose 2 palette. I'm just going to call it the Rose 2 palette. It does have a very beautiful shift to it. At first, when I put it on with the lighting I had, it looked very rosy purple in color. But when I went to different lightings, sometimes I saw gold and sometimes I saw green. Like right now I can kind of see it, and hopefully I'll be able to show you that really pretty shift it has. It's like stunning. The first color I started with is that shifting color. The color shift color, VR Sextraterrestrial. Sextraterrestrial. VR Sextraterrestrial. And then I'm gonna pat it all over the lid here. I did a couple of coats. Nice, stunning, sickening. Going back in. Yes, yes. Kind of blending it. I cannot speak. That's one thing I want to get a little bit better about is speaking.
So I'm gonna go in. I'm going back in and I'm just building up that color. Oh, that's just so pretty. I wish you could see the shift on that. Like it's rosy, then it's green, then it's gold. I gotta figure out a way to have that camera catch up on it. So this is what I have thus far. I'm happy with that, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna blend this up a little bit. So what next color that I used?
Extreme Burgundy. It is called Extreme Burgundy. Extreme Burgundy, and I'm gonna place it right here.
Very pigmented. I didn't notice any kickback with this. Really, really nice. I used only the colors that were in this palette because I want to really show y'all how you could use it. But it's pretty much outer V and then blending right at the butt crack of my crease. I have a semi-hooded lid, so you would have to adjust this to your eye shape. Maybe I could do a video about that a little bit later, about where to place stuff based on your eyelids. I think semi-hooded lids tend to be a little bit more difficult. Even fully hooded lids, I had a little bit of an easier time when I did do makeup. I had an easier time placing that color. I'm just taking a brush and going over the edges a little bit. I want it to kind of disperse a little bit more. There you go. Okay.
So into Naked Blush, and I'm just going to go around the edges here. And a little bit down into the eyeshadow. Very, very pretty. Very, very pretty color. Really would be a really good kind of nudish kind of color on my skin tone. So this color is a little, I'll show you swatches. This color is my least favorite color of the palette. Every other color in this palette I can see myself using, and I'm overall very freaking happy with the palette. All the colors are very user friendly. They're all main colors, or what I call attraction colors, or lid colors exclusively. Now the burgundy and the blush color, those are good colors for deepening and a little bit of transitioning, but I feel like they could have done without this opal color, Skin Show Rose Opal. I think they could have done without that and put another matte that's in between the burgundy and that blush color and made a really good, a little bit more of a friendlier transition color, or made I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like the blush is a little too light and the burgundy is deep. Kind of wish it'd go a little bit deeper, but I'm happy overall with the burgundy being that color. But in between, like if I wanted to blend the burgundy and that blush color, when I did it on this side, I can see a line, and in between color for that would be perfect to help kind of make it more smoky and more blendable, if you know what I mean. And also when you do your eye look like this, just make sure you got symmetry going on and the blend is really nice. So quintessentially, this is it. I hope this video turns out well so y'all can really see this. I may have to color grade it to kind of tone down the brightness of it, because I have to see and then actually have the video pick up on it. So that's pretty much all that I did. If you're happy with this, a little bit of liner, a little mascara, you can walk out the door. But since I'm just a queen at heart, just God forbid if I can just go out of the house looking subtle, I take the Inglot 77 gel eyeliner,
and I'm just going to make a little V shape, and I'm going to drag it a little bit too. Now this dries pretty fast, so I placed it.
I'm quickly kind of swapping. I just wiped off the brush, and with the same brush, I'm just blending out the edges. Quickly, what I did is I took a blending brush, this is the E25 by Sigma, and I went back in with that burgundy color, and I just placed it right on top of the black. The first thing I did was place it because I want it to stick before it gets completely dry, because I feel like if you don't, it's going to not adhere very well. Close. I'm very happy with that. What I also did after this, I went back in with that Inglot liner, and I'm going in with the xoxo smudge brush, and I'm going down a little bit, 2/4. Pisses me off. I think I did, because I'm leaning forward. You're not seeing jack and shit. This is all that I did. See, boom, changes the whole look. And I smudged it a little bit down into that Inglot to give it a little bit more of a seamless smoky look, and I kind of tight lined a little. You don't have to tight line if you don't want to. Doing that before I apply lashes, and the lashes I did use is by Ardell. This is what they look like, the 811s. And I'm going to put that on here after I do my Hypnose Drama's wand makes your lashes very clumpy, at least my lashes. So I like to go in with a spoolie or something to kind of spread it all through. And other than that, it's an amazing product. It's one of my favorite mascaras. So I'm going to go off camera, put on the liner, put on the lashes, and that is it. This pretty much, that's exactly what I did. So it looks good. The symmetry looks good. I'm happy with it. I think the only thing that I did do, or I may go off camera, was go back in with that Sex Terrestrial color, and I probably added a little bit more here. It's blending is the key. I really liked how this blended, so I really didn't have to go back with this one. It's really nice. I really like it. So I'm dragging it a little bit above the crease because, again, I have semi-hooded lids and I really want this color to really pop through. So everything looks symmetrical. If it doesn't, take your time, go back, add, take away. It's easier to build up than to build down, because once you build up, you have to kind of keep going with it a lot of the times, or you'll have to start over. So I'm going to go off camera, add the lashes, the winged eyeliner, and